You ever been in a meeting, you're giving it your all, but you can just feel your message isn't landing? Or maybe you're trying to get a group to agree on something and it's like herding cats. Oh yeah, we've all been there. The secret, the thing that can really break through that wall, is understanding two incredibly powerful but totally different roles: the speaker and the facilitator.
Let's just be honest for a second. For so many of us, the very idea of public speaking is enough to make your palms sweat. It's always up there on the list of our biggest fears. But what if we looked at it differently? What if it's not just about a performance, but about making a connection, about guiding people? Well, that's where we're going to start.
So to really get the difference, let's use this fantastic analogy. Picture a restaurant, right? The presenter, there's the meal. They're the main event, the whole point, the center of attention. But the facilitator, they're the waiter. Their job isn't to be the meal, it's to make sure the entire dining experience goes off without a hitch. One is the content, the other is the process. That's a key idea to hang on to.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start by really digging into speaking versus facilitating. Then, we'll look at the art of the speaker, followed by the craft of the facilitator. From there, we'll build what I'm calling your shared power toolkit, and we'll wrap it all up by thinking beyond just a perfect speech. All right, let's jump in. First up, the art of the speaker. This is the role we all know, or at least we think we know. It's the person on stage, spotlight on, whose whole job is to craft a message and then deliver it with some serious impact. So, how do they do it?
So how do you get that impact? Well, the top experts all say the same thing. Your secret weapon against those jitters is preparation. You've got to know your stuff, inside and out. Get your material organized so it makes sense, and then you practice. And practice some more. The point isn't to get rid of your nerves, that's just adrenaline. The point is to turn that energy into a sharp, focused delivery.
But prep is only half the battle. A truly great speaker connects with people through stories. I mean, facts are fine, but stories are what we actually remember. You need a clear point, a simple beginning, middle, and end, a real emotional hook, and a personal touch. That's how you build a bridge to your audience, and that's what makes your message stick. And please, remember this, the audience wants to connect with a human being, not a robot. Let your personality come through. It's what builds trust and makes people actually believe what you're saying. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect, they just want you to be real. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about our second character here, the facilitator. With this role, we're shifting the spotlight completely. It's not on the person up front anymore, it's on the group. The goal isn't to deliver a prepackaged message, but to guide everyone else on their own journey of discovery. So what is facilitation, really? It's all about designing a process that helps a group do its absolute best thinking. And here's the key. The facilitator doesn't have to be the expert on the topic. Their expertise is in the how. How do we get this group from point A to a smart decision that everyone feels good about? That brings us to one of the facilitator's first, most important jobs, setting some ground rules. And look, this isn't just about being polite. Simple rules like making sure everyone has a chance to speak or showing basic respect create a safe space. That's the foundation that lets a group do its best, most creative work. And this right here is the absolute heart of it. The facilitator owns the process, how we talk. The group owns the content, what we talk about. This separation of powers is what makes it all work. It completely frees up the group to just focus on the ideas, the problems, the solutions, because they trust that someone else is steering the ship. So we've got the speaker as the meal and the facilitator as the waiter. But you want to know the real secret? The absolute best communicators, they know how to be both. They pull from a shared toolkit of skills that work no matter which hat they're wearing. Let's open up that toolkit. First tool in the kit, and it's non-negotiable. Know your audience. It is never, ever about you, it's always about them. Before you even think about what you're going to say, you have to understand who's in the room. What do they already know? What do they care about? Answering that changes everything. Next up, you have to be a fantastic listener. And I'm not just talking about hearing words. This is active. It's about watching body language, sensing the energy in the room, really trying to figure out if people are with you. It's gathering data in real time.
And because you're actively listening, you earn the ability to do this. You can adapt. You can change direction. If you see you're losing the audience during a speech, you can pivot. If a discussion is getting bogged down, you can adjust the process. You're not chained to a script. You're dancing with the moment.
Look, a great conversation is awesome, but it's pretty useless if nothing happens afterward, right? A super simple tool for this is the 5-finger method. It forces you to get clear on the basics. What,
how, who, where, and when. It's a simple little check that makes sure all that talk actually turns into a real plan.
You know, when you look at this list of traits, humble, patient, a good listener, we usually think of them for facilitators. But then you realize, wait a minute, these are also the exact same qualities of a speaker who truly connects with and empowers an audience. These aren't signs of weakness, they're signs of strength.
And all of this leads us to our final and honestly our most important idea. The goal isn't to give a flawless speech. The real goal is to empower the people sitting right in front of you. You can do that with a powerful idea they can run with, or by guiding them through a conversation that they truly own.
This ancient wisdom from Lao Tzu just nails it, doesn't it? The goal isn't to take credit for figuring everything out. The goal is to create the conditions where the group figures it out for themselves. Real leadership, real communication is about making other people feel powerful.
So in the end, the choice isn't really meal or waiter. The most effective people know when to deliver the content and when to manage the process. The next time you stand up in front of a group, just ask yourself, right now, in this moment, do they need me to speak or do they need me to facilitate? Answering that question, that's a superpower. So what kind of communicator will you choose to be?